Pedersen, owner of Source CBD. How you doing, Ian?
Doing well, Kyle. How are you doing today?
Doing very well, very well. What kind of experience have you had using Source CBD with some of the pet products out there?
Wow, that's really kind of an amazing question. So for us, we developed our actual pet formulas some years ago, but it was an accidental formulation. We had actually been developing products for humans for some time, and we were contacted by the owners of Out of Africa Wildlife Park, which is a local wildlife park here. And they were looking for some help and assistance with a few of the residents that were having seizures and some different issues. So we actually started working with a rare ibex goat by the name of Kasani. And then we went on to do some experimental treatments with a rare white Bengal tiger, which is one of the only white Bengal tigers in captivity by the name of Chalet. And also working with an African lion by the name of Kumba. And so that actually was, I think, the beginning of where we decided that we could start using it for other animals. And so we decided to launch a pet product, and it's actually become one of the top selling pet products in the country.
That's definitely amazing. A lot of people don't associate CBD with animals, especially such large, wildlife on there. But I know that a lot of what you did was initially started towards a human demographic, especially with the children's line or child care. What was it that inspired you or first initially got you into the Source CBD line?
Well, that's really a heartwarming story. We have actually a local girl by the name of Kirsten Moore, and her mother Brianna came to us, and this is actually a part of an interesting story that has to do with her birth. She was actually born with a rare case of anencephaly, meaning she was born without her skull cap and part of her brain, and was suffering from 12 to 14 seizures a day. And so through the miracles of modern science, they were actually able to graft a skull cap on her head at St. Joseph's Hospital down in Phoenix, here in Arizona. And after that period of time, we'd started working with her with these experimental supports, and we were able to actually quell her seizures that were, as I said, 12 to 14 a day to 98% seizure-free for basically, I want to say about the last 4.5 years. So she's 6 years old today and has been living a relatively healthy life due to these supports. And so we're really thankful for that experience. And that's what really, I think, was the catalyst in us being contacted by other parents of other children that had these questions on neurological disorders, et cetera. And that really led to the research that I would go on to do after a few years with the accredited medical lectures that I do.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Good. What else have we kind of seen Source CBD working with these days?
Well, we've basically been fortunate enough to touch every animal, mammal, and human almost to this date. With the company 5 years ago, as we had founded the company out of actual medical marijuana research. I actually had the opportunity to launch the largest state licensed cultivation facility here in Arizona at over 10,000 square feet. And from that really became the first research for the CBD genetics. And so, really branching out into a national platform, working with groups like the International Academy of Compounding Pharmacists and the president, Dr. Jennifer Birch, giving accredited medical lectures to those groups. We've been really able to destigmatize. I think that's really been our mission, is to destigmatize the industry, and so people understand that non-psychoactive hemp-derived supplements from these hemp products can actually give you benefits that are completely non-psychoactive, can't get you high, and are legal to take. And so that's really been, I guess, the foundation of our research, is getting people to understand the benefits and the legal regulations of how these products can really fit into their lives.
No, I appreciate your pioneering of the CBD, especially in the Arizona market.
Well, thank you. It is it's been an incredible journey, and we're really thankful for the opportunity to do it.
No, I know you've helped me out with my mother, and then a few of my pets in the past with my cats. I definitely appreciate that. And I have nothing but excellent feedback to give with the Source CBD line.
Well, thank you, Kyle. Thank you so much.
No, absolutely. The rest of what we've been working on here has really been geared towards THC, but I want to definitely contribute some of the rest of the cannabinoids, especially CBD, and how well it's effective, especially if it's derived in the right properties or extracted in the right manner.
Correct. Well, to talk about CBD and the difference between THC and CBD, I think is huge. Now, they're all beneficial cannabinoids, but the huge part of these other cannabinoids that are not THC based for, let's say, children or people that obviously cannot have THC in their diet for many different reasons on a daily basis, we found that these other beneficial cannabinoids really work to supply the endocannabinoid system. And when we talk about the endocannabinoid system, I'd like to talk a little bit about how that works.
Yes, go on.
Of course. All right. Thank you. So essentially, the endocannabinoid system is known as the governor for our central nervous system.
Nice.
And so really when we talk about that and we talk about how it governs our central nervous system is it really regulates so many of the functions that we're having at a central nervous level. So that could speak to neurological or specifically neuropathic, meaning from a cell communication level for things like seizures, as we talk about neurological, but then to something like neuropathy and pain. And so that's really been the huge precipice that we've been able to focus on is pain control, arthritis, fibromyalgia, etc. And with that, I think it's been a huge impact for so many people to be able to go away from some of these more traditional allopathic methods into something that's completely natural and sustainable that can really help us in the future. And I think that's
good.
It's been a huge help to so many.
And we'll hear more about that next week with this.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show today, Kyle.
You've been listening to My 420 TV with host Stoned Phillips, a show dedicated to the pros and cons of medical marijuana. Tune in every Friday at 4:15 p.m. Watch online at my420tv.com.